How's it going, guys? We're here to check out my top skin picks as we do every week. Now, that does not mean these skins will make it in game this week or ever, but it's how I get my recommendations to Helk and to all of you guys for feedback. So we are going to start off, and this week we have 24 items from 20 different authors. All right, so we're going to be starting with this awesome set from Captain Gambling. It is the Diplomacy's End set. And this one's a little bit unique because instead of a coffee can helmet, it has a bucket helmet. But you'll see why, because it's just so cool to have this epic rust artwork on it. I mean, it looks like ancient like hieroglyphics or, you know, something similar to that. And it's totally based after the Rust stuff, and I just love it. I mean, look at this person's got a rock, there's arrows going at the nakeds, they're running, like, it's really great. And that just kind of continues. This guy's got a hatchet, there's a little Rust symbol. Look at that, campfire back here, that's that classic Rust campfire. There's just a lot of care put into this set. I think it looks amazing, and I love the look. It's got that kind of clay pot look to it, and I think that makes it extremely unique. Moving on, we do have another road sign set, and this one is quite unique on its own as well, if it ever decides to load in. There it goes. This is the solar road sign set from Madros, and it's just so cool. It's made from a bunch of like reinforced metal with solar panels. And it's just something that it looks so scrapped and cobbled together, and I love it. It's kind of like reflective. He went to the effort to put some like bullet markings on it, so that, yeah, there's some like bullet dents, and it's really well put together. I hope it gets a helmet of some sort. I don't know how you would do that properly. It might just look weird if it's also just only solar panels. So maybe on the top, I don't know. We'll just have to see. But this one really caught my attention. I wanted to make sure to show it to all you guys. So that does it for our clothing. Let's take a look at our deployables. Once again, we've got a lot of deployables. People are making awesome deployables. So starting out over here, we've got this thermal sleeping bag brought to us by Johnny. And it is what you would, you know, what the name insinuates. It's a thermal sleeping bag. How do we do that? It says thermal sleeping bag from Cobalt. It's got the Cobalt logo and everything. It just kind of looks like a little space sleeping bag. And we have to remember, Cobalt did make the launch site. So hey, it makes sense, right? Moving on, we've got this awesome rug, and it looks like those little puzzle mats that they have in like kids' rooms, where you can put the mats all together, but they're different bright colors, and it all fits together like a jigsaw puzzle, and I just love it. I think Cosm did a good job with it, and it is the puzzle rug. It was a little too bright and shiny. He went ahead and added some dirt and grime, some color fading to it, and it just really fits awesomely. I definitely love this, and I think it's a very unique thing we could use to kind of just like make our bases ours. Now, by popular demand, all of you guys have been asking for this Demas Furnace, but it was just too much. Too much of it was just, I don't know, it was all blobbed together. This time, now it looks like this gnarly furnace, and it's like leaking lava out of its mouth across skulls, and it looks so much more put together. You've got the spine and the claws poking through, and this thing is just really, really, really sick looking. And I will go ahead and at the end we'll show some of the glow stuff. There's not too much, so hopefully I remember. Brought to us from Anathan this week, we've got the Iron Crusader's chest. I can't speak today. And this goes alongside with that castle door. So I love the moss, yeah, it's moss. It's basically got this little moss growing on the side, so you can tell it's been like a dank, moist castle. And it's some great effort to it, and I love this dragon on top. It's just really, really cool. So definitely want to make sure to show that to you guys. Coming over here, we've got 2 wooden doors and 2 sheet metal doors. The first one is going to be the Lion King door by Lisa. And this thing's just really, it was a very regal door. I love the look of it, and I think the turquoise is something different. You can get a little better light on it there. And on the back here, it's a very unique door, and I love the looks of it. I think this is something people would like as well. Also, our other wooden door is the greenhouse door by Phi, and I don't know. The design is simple, but you gotta love it. It's just a really good looking door. And the back of it, I mean, check it out. This thing is awesome. It's a really nice door. I love the design of it. Speaking of crazy designs, we've got these crazy 2 designs for these sheet metal doors. we've got this secret sarcophagus door brought to us by sponsor, and it's like Medusa hair, tentacle, dreadlocks coming off of this not so very human looking pharaoh. So hey, are we mixing aliens and ancient Egyptian culture here? I'm not sure. We'll have to see, but I mean, look at this. It is a pretty epic door nonetheless. And then over here, we've just got this beautiful, beautiful collage. It's the Sunrise Door by Keck, and this thing is just really neat. I love how it kind of stares into your soul with the many hidden eyes in it. And it's one of those things I just had to make sure to show. It's a very, very unique door. And next, something we haven't seen for a long time, a vending machine skin. It's brought to us by the same lads behind the Cobalt Cola fridge. It's Mishka and crew, and we've got the Cobalt ice cream dispenser, and I just love it. It's great. You've got all the little ice creams right here, and that lights up, and it's a perfect vending machine. I love it. I love the look of it, and it's just so great. We'll be sure to check that with the actually, I think that's all that glows. So let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so for the glow, for the vending machine, we've got the top here, the Cobalt ice cream, the little ice creams themselves light up, and then there's like a faint pink glow coming from behind it, which I thought was quite neat. It comes off of that little part of the logo right there. And it's just a really cool looking vending machine. And then let's jump on over here, check this guy out. Boom. Ooh, I like how it goes through the eyes on the skulls. This is definitely a huge improvement on what it used to look like, and I'm definitely loving the vibe of this one now. Alright, so that does it for the deployables, guys. Let's check out everything else. So starting off, we've got this really cool looking little hammer right here. And it's got all sorts of like fossils in it. And this is the Jurassic hammer brought to us by Le Crempe. And it's definitely a cool looking hammer. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing this guy make it into the game. Next up, we've got a tool set from FaZe. And I like this set because it's a very clean set. It's the tactical set of tools. And there's a military set that sold a long time ago, and it's worth a ton now because a lot of people didn't really want clean skins back then, but now there's a high demand for it. So I think it's a time for a new set like that to pop out, and I think this one is great. We'll go ahead and check out the pickaxe here. And there's that skin loading going. Come on, there it is. You can just see, it's a very nice clean look. The red and black just kind of goes together quite nicely. That means next, boom, we've got a new combat knife. And it's kind of a simple knife. There's not a lot of colors to it, but it's just a really cool looking knife. And it is the Radioactive Knife from Vitalic. Now, I've actually forgot this guy is actually a glower as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. And I think the glow is what makes this one quite nice. There we go. It's just unique. It looks different, and it kind of goes with the deep sea diving kind of chest. It has that same vibe as it. So I definitely like this one, and I think it's a cool one to check out. Next up, we've got this really cool looking bow. It is the Ronin bow by Little Ranger, but it gives me hints of, I would say, the Royal set. It's got that same kind of pattern right here. So yeah, but it does have that very Ronin feel as well. I think it's quite nice. It's got all those very familiar kind of samurai looking red and black designs and so forth. Definitely a cool looking bow. We'll get some aiming down the sides here. I think this is an easy sell. People always like that red and black, and it's kind of a no-brainer. Next up, we've got a new Python for you, and it's got some really different colors with it. It is the Antique Python by Neville, and it's got this gold trim, but it's a you know, kind of like a white ivory color, and then it's got this nice blue kind of design to it. And I think that's what really makes this thing pop. It makes it very different from other Pythons, and different is always something quite nice, right guys? So I think that brings us to our last couple items here, guys. Starting with another Python. Boom, and this one's kind of got like, I don't know, that kind of like racer kind of look to it. It's the Extinguisher Python by Moonfighter. And yeah, I think it also has kind of like that fire kind of look to it. Anyways, it's very, very rusty and old and used, and I like that. It's, again, something we haven't had in Rust for a while, and I think it's something that's catching back on, is kind of that military look or rusty and so forth, the Wasteland. kind of idea, and I really like that. That's something I want to see come back for us for sure. Moving on, we've got the Phantom Bolty. It was only a matter of time before we would see the Phantom set get a bolt action. Aiming down the sight, you've got some nice little gold tips on there. You've got a nice little flower staring back at you. Everything you'd expect from the Phantom set, but in a nice bolt action rifle. Moving on, the Poseidon set has seen a new piece with this beautiful, beautiful Poseidon LR. This thing is really cool. It's one of those sets, kind of like Phantom and Azul and everything, that they're awesome because they're awesome. And aiming down the sights here, you got the nice little Poseidon symbol, some gold around the ring, and it just looks all together really, really nice. You gotta love it. Lastly, one of my favorite skins this week is the Naked Slayer. This is the Wasteland Warrior stockless version of the LR, brought to us by Teddy, and it says Naked Slayer on it. And we've got our typical little bullet thing going on there, but it also says feed me, and I just love it. Aiming down the sights here, you got this crazy kind of like skull with the red eyes staring back at you, and it's just a really unique LR. I love the look of it. I love how wastelandy it is, and I think it would fit in just nicely. There's lots of little things you don't kind of see on it. There's score marks, there's an anarchy symbol hidden there. I also like the wooden grip. I think that's quite a nice addition there. So guys, that does it. Which skins did you like the most? Which ones do you want to see make it this Friday, or Thursday, sorry, Thursday or Friday, depending how that goes, I guess. And any kind of feedback, I'll try to make sure it gets to the right people, so go ahead and leave that in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys on Thursday, most likely, to see what skins actually made it in. Alright guys, have a good one.